You finally got the raise, and for a moment, it feels like everything is about to change. You think about what you will do with it. Pay off that card, start saving properly this time. Finally, breathe. But then a few months go by, and somehow you are still in the same place. The money came, but the relief never did. If that has happened to you, you are not bad with money. You are human, and what happened to you has a name. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why more money does not create more security for most people, and what to do differently the next time it arrives. Hey, I am Mila. This channel is about understanding money through the lens of psychology and behavior, the science of why we do what we do with what we have. If that sounds like the conversation you have been looking for, subscribe and come back every week. Now, let us talk about what really happens when the money shows up. There is a concept in behavioral psychology called the hedonic treadmill. It says this: human beings have a remarkable ability to return to a baseline level of happiness no matter what happens to them. Win the lottery, get promoted, lose your job. Research shows that within about a year, most people return to roughly the same emotional baseline they started at. Not the same financial situation, the same emotional experience of that situation. Think about what that means. For money, it means the feeling you are chasing, finally having enough, finally being comfortable, finally being free, is not actually attached to a number. It is attached to a state of mind, and most of us never examine that state of mind before the money arrives. So when it does arrive, we bring all of our old feelings right along with it. Here is what that looks like in real life. You get the raise. The first month feels different. You feel the relief. You feel the possibility. By the third month, the new salary is just your salary. The lifestyle has quietly stretched to meet it. Things that felt like luxuries in January feel like necessities by April, and the financial anxiety you had before the raise is back, just aimed at a higher number. This is not a willpower problem. This is a documented, predictable pattern called lifestyle inflation. Every time income increases, spending increases alongside it, often faster. A 2019 study found that for every 10% increase in income, discretionary spending increased by an average of 14%. People were spending more than they were earning extra, not because they were reckless, because their sense of what was normal had shifted. The apartment that used to feel fine suddenly felt small. The car that used to feel fine suddenly felt old, and the raise that was supposed to create breathing room quietly disappeared into a lifestyle that expanded to absorb it. Now, here's the part most people miss. Lifestyle inflation is not just about spending more. It is about identity. When your income changes, your sense of who you are changes with it. You start to see yourself as someone who earns at this level, someone who lives at this level, and that identity shift happens, whether you plan for it or not. This is why telling yourself to just save more rarely works, because you are not just managing a number, you are managing a self-image, and a self-image that has grown accustomed to a certain lifestyle will find very creative ways to justify spending that supports it. The vacation is necessary because you work so hard. The upgraded phone is fine because you earn enough now. None of it is a lie, but together it quietly prevents any income increase from ever becoming real financial progress. So what do people who actually build wealth do differently? 3 things. First, they treat the income increase as invisible. Before lifestyle inflation can happen, they redirect the additional income automatically. They do not see it. They do not touch it. The raise goes directly to savings or investment before it ever lands in a checking account. This prevents identity adjustment. If you never experience the higher income as spendable money, your sense of normal never shifts upward. Your lifestyle stays anchored to what it was before, and the additional income starts quietly building something underneath the surface. Second, they separate the emotional win from the financial decision. When more money arrives, there is a natural reward response. You feel like celebrating. You feel like you have earned something. And that feeling is real. But the mistake most people make is funding that celebration with the money that just arrived. The bonus becomes the vacation. The refund becomes the furniture. People who build wealth feel the win, but they do not spend the arrival money on the celebration. They let the emotion land. Then they let the money go somewhere intentional. Third, they make a conscious choice about who they are becoming. The lifestyle you drift into when income increases is almost never the lifestyle you would consciously design. It is the lifestyle constructed by comparison, status, and unexamined beliefs about what success looks like. Without intention, you become the person who cannot be seen driving the old car, who has to take the kind of vacations people at this level take. None of it is chosen. It just happens, and it costs everything the raise was supposed to provide. The people who build real wealth ask one question first. What does the life I actually want look like? Not the life that looks successful from the outside, the life I would design if nobody else was watching. Then they use their income growth to fund that life instead of the one being built for them by default. Before we close, I want to leave you with this. More money does not create more security. It creates more of whatever you were already doing. If you were spending without intention, more money creates more spending. If you were building with intention, more money creates more building. The money is not the variable. You are. And that means it was always in your hands, not when the raise comes. Now, the habit of being intentional with money does not start at a higher income level. It starts here, with this month, with the decision you make before the money arrives about what it is going to mean when it does. If this shifted something for you today, subscribe, because this is exactly what I cover every week. And drop a comment below. Has more money ever left you feeling the way you expected, or did something else happen? Tell me. I read every single comment.